I hate being sick. You know, I hate calling out from from work, but that's one of the things that has to happen, especially when you really only have so many days and whatnot. You know, my throat is sore, my head hurts, all these different type of things, right? So you ask yourself, you know, or you ask me, why do a live stream? You know, maybe one of your bosses or your supervisors or somebody are watching or whatever the case may be. You know, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. I'm doing this video just to say to anybody right now, if you're sick with all these little, with all the flu stuff going on, stay home. Don't get anybody else sick. Do what you have to do. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate it. I tell anybody out there, go to the doctor if you can, if you have to. Take whatever medicine you need. If it gets serious, get some antibiotics. All those different types of things. I've been fighting it and trying to put it off. But last night, I just got more progressively sick. I don't know out of where. I don't know what. You know, maybe it's something I ate. Maybe it's the wind. I don't know. The heat's not on or whatever the case may be. But I tell anybody, if you're sick, stay home. I know there's some jobs that frown upon people calling out. You know, you may not have the sick time, the adequate sick time that you need. And it happens, you know. Folks may not really be too happy or too thrilled about it. But your health is more important than anything, you know. Yeah. I'll be well soon. I have to, because I gotta go to work tomorrow. So, so you know, I just you know, you kind of tough it out. You know, I look horrible right now, but whatever, man. You know, anybody want to judge me, you can judge me. I don't care. You know, but for the most part, you know, I gotta. Yeah, I gotta get some vitamin C for the most part. You know, but it is what it is, man. You know, it just, I don't know. Maybe it's this weather, man. You know, one moment it's hot, next moment, you know, it's something else. And then they say there's no such thing as global warming, whatever the case. I don't know. But like I said, this is not really about me being sick. I'm not doing a live stream to show that I'm sick. I'm not doing a live stream to try to prove anything. You know, this live stream is particularly to tell other people out there who are sick, who may have the flu, but may flu-like symptoms. Stay home. If your bosses are mad, they'll just be mad. If folks are upset and uptight, stay home. Because people are out there dying because of the flu or flu-like symptoms and stuff like that. You know, and I know me, if I don't try to do something for it today or address this thing, it can get worse, progressively worse. That's why for some people that may look at it, you know, hey, Crimson, some people that may look at it and not understand it, you know, it's important to take care of your health. If I need to eat soup, the world can't afford to lose me. The world could afford to lose me. Yeah, other people out there. You know, but I'm not trying to be lost to the world. That's funny. Anyway, I say this not about me. This is about you folks out there that get sick. This is about this is about people who may be afraid to call out sick, or may be worried about what may happen with their jobs or whatever the case may be, or people that, you know, think that they got to rush in and whatnot. It's not worth it, because you risk getting other people sick, you know, and who knows. I could have got somebody else sick. I'm not saying I'll be better by tomorrow. Thanks, Christine. But the thing is to give myself some time. And a lot of times people rush into work anyway because, you know, maybe the pressure of having to go in because you feel like, what, if I don't go in, they're going to be mad at me. And they could be. But at the same time, your health is important, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't make any money. And if I don't take care of myself, I can't make any money. I can't, move forward. My health sometimes in any particular situation is excuse me, my voice. My health in any particular situation sometimes is all I have. I mean, sometimes your health is all you got. And if you're not healthy, you can't work. If you can't work, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you can't eat. And I'm not about to go out there and do a bunch of illegal activity, because then you risk your freedom. So that's another thing. That's the hood. All I can say is just that I know there's people out there who are sick. I know there's people out there who are struggling, who don't have the days off that they particularly need, and it's a challenge. And I'm not trying to speak against any employer or anybody's policies or whatever the case when it comes to sick days, because people abuse sick days as well. So there's a twofold thing, a manyfold thing. On one end, you need the sick days for when you're really sick, but on the other side, if you have too many sick days, then people will burn a sick day just to get a day off. Yeah, Mrs. P, you just passed the cold around like a clan. But I say to anybody at work, be mindful of your coworkers. Be mindful of people that you come in contact with. Be mindful if you're around children and whatnot, the elderly, the vulnerable. You really don't want to pass it around and try to get people sick if you're legitimately sick. I was worse last night than I am tonight, or I was worse a couple of hours ago than I am right now. What's going on, K-Dog? I see you. I guess it is an issue. I'm saying some people have unlimited sick time. What's going on? Where yeah, thanks. I hope I feel better too. Like I said, I got to get better by tomorrow, because if I call out another day, that's going to be problematic for myself. Yeah, I can't afford to be sick, either, Charlie. But the reality is, people get sick. What do you do when you get sick? Do you pretend? Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate it. And I say it anyway. When you get sick, do you just pretend like it doesn't happen? Do you just go in there and tough it out? Sometimes when you're sick and you're feeling it, and you go in there, you can make it worse. There's times I've went in sick and it's gotten worse. You just kind of push it off because you don't want to inconvenience anybody. You kind of just try to kick the can down the road and deal with stuff later. I kind of tried to kick the can down the road a little bit with this one, and wound up getting a little bit sicker than I originally was a couple of days ago. And like I said, I was home yesterday and I was fine for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, literally towards the night, towards like 8, 9 at night, I'm just coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing, and and I'm spitting up the phlegm and all that stuff. And I said, man, listen, my throat is sore. You probably can't hear it, even for me. Like I said, even speaking on it, I don't sound as bad as I was, but like I said, you toss and turn, your head hurt, sore throat. Some people say, well, why do a live stream? I do the live stream because I'm just saying this for anybody else. If you're sick, if you're really legitimately sick, stay home. Like I said, if you have to burn a day, burn a day. If you have to go on FMLA because the sickness is going to go a little bit longer, then that's what you do. Like I got to go get the oranges. I got to go get the cough medicine. I got to go get some other things. Yeah, definitely. If your boyfriend had the flu for like 2 or so weeks, you want to deal with that, because people are dying from the flu. People are dying from flu-like symptoms. People are really going down. You want to build up your immune system. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. And that's what it really is. Especially with this weather change, you don't know how to dress. One day I put on a winter jacket and it's like 50 degrees. Then the next day I put on the spring jacket and it's like 36. And then the next day you don't know what it is. So I'm walking out the door and it's like 25 degrees. And then you know, hours later it's 45, you know, so it just, you know, it's all kind of stuff going on with the weather and stuff like that. And, you know, be it as it may, you just try to adjust and adapt to what's going on. You know, like I said, I mean, I'm sorry if I inconvenience anybody, but like I said, I know that if I don't take care of my health and I don't address certain things, it won't help me moving forward. You know, because even right now, talking with my sore throat, is just it's not as bad because I got the tea and stuff like that. I might have to get some stuff that I'm gonna get. I just say this for you folks out there. You know, like I said, you know, do what you got to do. Make sure you take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you know, what else do you have? You know, I mean, you know, it's really, I don't know, it's really easy to find yourself in a bad way, you know. I mean, because like I said, I'm hearing reports. I'm hearing reports of people passing out, dying, you know, really just out of the way. I mean, some people feel some way about the flu shot, you know, because getting the flu shot, they feel as if, you know, it's something wrong with that and the government trying to poison you. I don't know what it is. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the case. I mean, I haven't had a flu shot this year. I'm iffy about flu shots and whether or not to get them and whatnot, but, you know, you got to do something, you know. Maybe I should just eat better or whatever. I got to have soup today and all that other stuff that I need to do. I don't know. You know, I just hate being sick because, you know, who wants to be weak? Who wants to feel vulnerable? Who wants to feel like, you know what, you know, you're just not yourself and whatnot. So, you know, it's just things you got to do, you know, to eat healthy and whatnot. And sometimes I don't eat the healthiest as I should, you know. Sometimes you're just working, you know, long hours and whatnot. It's a wear and tear, you know, the grind, you know, on your body and whatnot. It's a grind. It's a grind. It wears on you. Sometimes I don't want to admit that it wears on me. Sometimes I don't want to, you know, have to deal with the humanity of it. But there is that part. There's that weakness. There's that thing that comes with being sick, being weak, having to recover, having to take extra time, even if you don't want to take extra time. You know, because I'm somebody who really doesn't. I don't like calling out sick. I don't like having to do that, you know, but but it happens, you know, it happens. Yeah, well, yeah, K-Dog, a lot of people don't believe in the flu shot, you know. I mean, to each his own with that. I've heard stories, people said that, you know, that you get the flu shot, but it doesn't work because now a new strand of the flu comes out, and what do? Do you get another shot? You know, yeah, there's that too, Lynn, that people are allergic to eggs. So you have people who can't get certain flu shots that because they got eggs in them and whatnot. I think they said they're developing or have some kind of flu shot without the egg in it. But like I said, even that could get suspect, you know, because if it's not eggs in it to incubate the virus or the flu shot or whatever, what's in it? It's like, what's in it? And I don't know, you know, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people won't get it, period. You know, a lot of people are afraid of the flu shot, you know, and, you know, if you don't, yeah, you know, it's, if you don't, why should you, you know, why should you know, take the flu shot? Why should you, you know, if you don't really know what's in it, if they're not going to explain to you, if the FDA is not going to tell you, or, no, the CDC, I don't know who's responsible for the flu shot, you know, you get the pneumonia shot. Yeah, Granny, I mean, some people get it, some people don't. You know, I know people feel various ways about the flu shot. You know, some people trust it, some people don't trust it, you know, as far as things go. You know, I take that vitamins, I rather when I walk. Yeah, well, vitamins are cool too. I mean, when you take vitamins and different supplements and whatnot, a lot of that stuff is preventative. You know, they don't want you to say that, you know, this stuff is going to cure anything. So, you know, you look at it from more of a preventative state, you know, when you take vitamins and stuff like that, you know. So, I don't know. It's different things that people can do. You know, like I said, you got some people that want to take the flu shot. You got some people that don't want to take the flu shot. You know, what's going on, Helgas? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tamiflu. Yeah, I haven't heard or had Tamiflu in years, but I'm gonna take something. I'm gonna definitely take something because I gotta get it together by tomorrow. Sorry for anybody that I've inconvenienced today. I normally don't call out sick, but you know I had to because it was bad. You know, it's a little better. It's a little better now, but like I said, I still got a headache and still got a sore throat. You know, you just gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You know, you gotta really, take between 10 and 13 vitamins per day. I don't know if I could take all those vitamins a day. I'm not 10 to 13 vitamins a day. That's not gonna work for me. I take one multivitamin and some vitamin D or C or whatever. Yeah. Well, Lynn, you don't want to spread it on to others, but there comes that pressure, because I was saying to somebody the other day, the funny thing about sick time, the funny thing about that is that on certain jobs, when you have unlimited sick time, so as long as you ain't like, long as you ain't frauding it, that's what I'm saying. So on certain jobs you got unlimited sick time, and they let you, as long as you go to the doctor or whatever you need to do. On other jobs you have a certain amount of sick time. So what happens is, with the sick time, once you run out on certain jobs, there's policies that you get written up. So if you get sick, like let's say I get sick like this after my sick days run out, I got to try to go to the doctor and tough it out to try to get to work, even though I'm sick. So I have to risk getting other people sick. What's up, True Life? When you don't have the sick days, you risk getting people sick, because now you can't stay home, because if you stay home, you get written up. And then it has to really be something. If it's really something, then it becomes, a thing that you have to do. Yeah, I mean, Helga, you may hate when people come to work sick. You risk getting everybody else sick, but what happens? And it, it does come into a situation where that's the policy. That's what you agreed to from the beginning. Now when you get sick, you have to kind of deal with it. You kind of have to suck it up. So for those people that have the policies where they have unlimited sick time and they can stay home when they're actually sick, I say, you know what? Be grateful. Be grateful for those type of jobs. Be grateful for those type of policies, because, that's really, somebody who's looking out for your best interest. And I'm not saying that the other ones are not, but the reality of it is that when you only have a certain amount of sick days and you get sick and you have to come into work, that becomes a type of issue. And then you'll have it where they'll say, on the wall, don't come in if you're sick. But the reality is that you have to come in because you don't want to get written up, and you don't want to have an issue with people or whatnot. You don't want to ruffle any feathers. So it gets touchy. It really gets touchy to the point where you want to take care of yourself, but you got to come in and do your job. You don't want to get anybody sick, but at the same time, you can't stay home. You don't want to get written up, so you try to be sparingly. So it inspires you to, it inspires you to basically, what you call them, take care of yourself. B12 injections. Okay, Mrs. P. That might work. So, for me, what this would do is just inspire me to say, okay, maybe I need to eat a little better. Maybe I need to get some more rest. Maybe I need to just make sure that I'm dressed appropriately, or whatever the case may be. Thank you, Helga. I appreciate that. It's really a situation where, depending on the job that you work, it can get touchy. So it's something where, sometimes having less sick days, pushes you to be more healthy because of the fact that you don't want to be sick. Because I know one thing, it'll probably be a long time before I call out sick again. Oh yeah, Mrs. P. Okay, I got you on that, Mrs. P. But the point of it all is just like I said, do what you got to do. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. You know, I mean, whatever a person needs, is I guess if anything is to take care of themselves. Just make sure you eat right, eat properly. Make sure you dress warm and whatnot. For those folks out there that really don't have the sick time and stuff like that, yeah, chicken broth and stuff like that works. But like I said, I just wanted to come on here and talk to the folks because I don't think I'm gonna be on here too much today and whatnot. But I just wanted to speak to the people because, like I said, I hear about people getting sick. I heard reports on the news that people were dying from the flu, and folks that shouldn't be dying from the flu were dying from the flu. And there's things that you can do to prevent that. I tell folks, when you do get sick, try to have more soups, which I have a lot of soup today. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables, which I got some fruits and vegetables here. And I got to get some Vicks too, Lynn. I do got to get some Vicks. All right, True Life. Check you later, True Life. I mean, all the remedies that people do. What I'm trying to avoid is the antibiotics, because the antibiotics does affect your body in certain ways. But I'm going to have to go out there and get something. I'm going to go get some wormwood or something today. I've got somebody around the corner from me who got something. And, I'm just going to take care of that. Like I said, this is just to tell anybody out there, this is really not about me being sick, because me being sick is really, I guess, is really of no consequence to anybody else out there. It's to say that you folks out there who get sick, that could afford to stay home, stay home. For you folks that can't afford to stay home, if you have to go to work and you're sick, right? Make sure that you basically, you eat your fruits, your vegetables. Try to have soup. If you got to go get some antibiotics, get the antibiotics. Try to get yourself as well as you can beforehand, because it's not fair to other people, if you're not feeling well, to walk around coughing all over the place. It's not fair to people to walk around shaking their hands, because some people do that. Some people do that. Some people go around shaking hands and coughing all over the place and eating in employee areas and whatnot. Thank you, Random Life. If you're sick, stay home. If you got the time. If you can't afford to stay home, make sure you take an honest effort to actually get yourself well. You know what I'm saying? Don't go coughing up in people's faces, for too long and whatnot. I mean, like I said, it may be inconvenient on some jobs because, like I said, it could be frowned upon. And I get that. But if you got a job where it's frowned upon, I got it. Thank you, so. Like I said, I got to get better by tomorrow. And, it is an anxiety sometimes staying home sick from work. It is an anxiety sometimes because, folks might depend on you and whatnot. And it might be a situation where you're kind of worried, because you don't want anybody to say anything about it. You don't want to have it to be a situation. It could be situations like that. But the reality is that you have to take care of your health. Regardless of who your employer is, regardless of who you work for, you have to take care of your health. And for those, and I speak to those folks out there who are kind of anxious about that stuff and, weary about it and whatnot. Like I said, I don't like calling out sick, just for my own reasons and whatnot. If I don't have to, I don't, or if I don't feel like I have to. Yeah. Well, Random, that's the truth. If you're sick, you got to go sick. But it's not always like that on every job. It's really not. Like I said, people can really get written up for being sick, truly sick, and you have to, really go through something with, getting the doctor's note and, finagling some things or trying to, work it out that way. And it is what it is, so like I said, but if you're with an employer where you have unlimited sick time, you better You better thank your lucky stars. You better say a prayer, light a candle. Be grateful when you have the unlimited sick time. Be grateful when you have, a chance to recover and get yourself together. Be grateful. Yeah, random. It's a situation where, like I said, depending on the policies of different jobs, depending on the policies of different jobs. I know certain places they have unlimited sick time, which I appreciate that. And there's places where they don't have unlimited sick time, which I understand that as well. It really goes on to what type of employer that you have and what are the policies and whatnot. Because, like I said, to play devil's advocate in that situation and speak for the employer, I have to say there are people who abuse unlimited sick time. So every job out there can't have unlimited sick time. Let's say like you have an office job that's not really that strenuous work. You should have sick time, but you shouldn't have it, because, like unlimited sick time. But if there's some people who are in law enforcement, a lot of people who are in law enforcement may have unlimited sick time because, obviously you're dealing with the public. You need to be sick. You need to be well if you're sick. You need to be at your strength, at your level. Yeah. What are you saying? What are you saying, Lynn? You're saying yes, the fact that random, but if you get sick, others will get sick, and as a ripple effect. Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, I misunderstood what Random was saying. They said if you're sick, you gotta go sick. Yeah, it is a ripple effect. It is a ripple effect if you got to go to work sick. Because we could talk about that. If you got to go to work sick, thank you, Miranda. If you got to go to work sick, you got to weigh the fact that you may get other people sick. Even here in my house, I got to disinfect. I got to buy disinfectant for my house because I was coughing all over the place. I got to wash my sheets. I got to go take a shower. I got to go do a whole bunch of things today. Because you don't want other people in your home or whatever, around your work or whatever, to get sick. It is that, so like I said, I don't know. Man. Just, you find yourself just dealing with multiple things, sometimes you can just call out and that's just what it is and you don't have to worry about anything. Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it goes into some other deeper issues about, policies and, whether folks need you and depend on you and stuff like that. Sometimes when you're the owner or something like that, you have to go in, or you're in a position where you have to do something, particularly crucial to that. You got to go in. But for the most part, just be mindful of folks that you may get sick. Be mindful of the fact that, going in sick to work affects other people. And, I will feel better, Miranda. I will feel better. I'm getting better, but I just have to do a couple more things before I go to work tomorrow because it's not right to anybody else. It is what it is, random. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe to some people I don't look that sick. I don't know. But all I'm saying to anybody, this is why I'm doing this live stream, is just that, again, I'll reiterate it as many times as I need to. If you're sick and you have the time, take the time. If you're sick and you don't have the time, still take the time to try to at least take some medicine, even if it's just over the counter, even if it's something like have your hand sanitizer, have your disinfectant sprays, have the things that you need in order to get yourself well. Because I gotta do what I gotta do. Oh my God. I just say, just be safe out there. Be careful, man, because, for me, I don't want to get other people sick. That's what it really is. I just don't want to get other people sick. It's easy to get somebody else sick, and that's kind of whack. it's kind of whack getting other people sick, and then they get sick and they don't know why they're sick, you know, or people getting sick from the child and bringing it to work. And then there's the whole thing of burning through sick time. So if you're burning through sick time, and then now you have no more sick days and you're legitimately sick, it's like, what do you do? You know, and being faced with those particular things on a regular basis is not cool. But those are things that you have to deal with. And you just try to put yourself in a better position, you know, just health-wise, you know, even work-wise, to where you can do what you need to do, you know. Yeah, there's a look people give you when you come in sick, Lynn, but there's an understanding when you come in sick that, you know what, you got to do it, you know, because I say to anybody, if you agree to the terms and the policies, the sick policy before you started the job, you really can't get too crazy about it, because remember, if you're on a job where you have unlimited sick time, you agree to that. If you're on a job, what's going on, LP? If you're on a job where you don't have unlimited sick time, remember, you agree to that as well. So it's a balance. It's really a balancing act. If you don't want to be on a job where you can get written up for being sick and legitimately sick, then don't work there. You know, if you want a job where you're comfortable or you can get unlimited sick time, and that works for you, then hey, you know, you do that. But you know, Lynn, it really comes down to, you know, really understanding the policies and being able to accept the terms before you go through. It's just like being here on YouTube. You know, we accept the terms of service, which whether we understand them or not. So when you violate the terms of service on YouTube, you know, channel gets terminated, you get copyright strike or whatever. you agree to that, whether you understand it or not. So with the sick policy, you know, the calling out sick policy, or, you know, like sick leave, you know, whether you understand the policies or not, by working the job, we agree to, you know, the terms of service, the policies and procedures of that particular organization, you know. So, you know, you just have to do the best you can to, you know, really get yourself well. And I say that to anybody, you know, regardless of where you work, regardless of, you know, whether or not you have unlimited sick time or no sick time or little sick time, you know, it does boil down to the employer pushing you to a situation where you want to take care of yourself as best as possible. Now, like I say many times, unforeseen circumstances befall us all. And, you know, if things come to that, then they come to that. You deal with it as such, you know. But, you know, ultimately, in the long run, I tell anybody, never be afraid to deal with your health. Never be afraid to take care of what you need to take care of, even if people frown upon it. You know, never be afraid to do what you need to do, you know, no matter how it looks, no matter what people say about it, no matter if people gossip about it or have something to say, you know, because, you know, a lot of times if the shoe is on the other foot, they're going to do what they got to do. You know, for me, like I said, I know it ain't overly serious, but I know it was serious enough for me to have to deal with something, because I've been coughing for a little while. I've been on and off. So, you know, it's just one of those things that need to be done, you know, like I said. And I think I said all that I really needed to say about this subject matter. Like I said, you know, do what you have to do to take care of your health, you know, because nobody else is going to take care of your health for you unless you're married and you have a, you know, great support system where, you know, folks are constantly, you know, doing what they got to do to try to make sure that you're well and whatnot. But ultimately, you got to do what's best for you, you know. And as I try to get better today, you know, I say spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you for watching. Get well soon, I guess, right?